Hi, I'm Laura Coyle, and in this video, we're going to talk about those annoying pattern lines that show up in Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to show you the three most common reasons they happen, why they happen, and how to fix them. This video is an excerpt from my course Pattern Power, which is a part of my Illustrator learning community. We have a lot of fun learning Illustrator together, and you can find out more about it on my website at lauracoylecreative.com. Also, I've put a checklist below the video. You can download it there, and it will help you as you're troubleshooting your tiling lines. All right, let's get started. When tiling lines show up in your pattern fills in Adobe Illustrator, the cause might be something simple like an unintentional stroke on your background shape or a misaligned tile. But those are generally easy to troubleshoot and fix. But some lines come from how Illustrator displays or exports pattern fills. And in this lesson, we'll look at the three most common types. Number one are white lines caused by the tiling bug. Those really faint white lines in your pattern fills. Number two are lines caused by transparency in your pattern fills. And number three are the lines caused by gaps at the edge of the artboard when you're exporting. We're going to look at each type, how to identify them, and how to fix them. First, we'll look at those white tiling lines. These are caused by an anti-aliasing bug in Illustrator, and they only appear in pattern fills and not in your actual vector artwork. So here I have one of the pattern fills you can find in the Swatches panel library in the Decorative Legacy Patterns, and I've applied it here to a rectangle, and below this is the actual vector art that you get when you drag a pattern fill to your canvas. Now, when I switch to outline view, we can see the difference. The top is a pattern fill, so we don't see the art in outlines, and the bottom is vector art. And this tiling bug only happens with pattern fills, not the vector art. So I just want to be very clear about that. And when you come across this bug, sometimes you'll see it on screen in the display of the pattern fill, and sometimes it'll appear in your export of that pattern fill when you save it as a JPEG, a PNG, or a TIFF. So the best way to find these lines or to diagnose this issue is to apply your pattern fill to a large rectangle so you can see multiple tiles, then go up to the View menu and choose View using CPU. Then look for faint lines where the tiles meet. Here we can see one, although it may be hard to see in a video, but it's definitely there. And then zoom in and out. And we're in CPU, so you can't use animated zoom, which is my favorite, but you can use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control plus or minus to zoom in and out. And if the lines disappear and reappear at different zoom levels, that's the tiling bug. That's how you know. If this was actually part of the pattern art, the line wouldn't go away and then come back. Also, the lines from this bug are always very faint, and they keep the same thickness regardless of the zoom level. So now we know for sure this is the tiling bug causing these lines. So the fix for viewing the pattern fill in Illustrator is to go back to the View menu and change back to GPU Preview. And that's going to work most of the time. But if it doesn't and you really need to show off the pattern fill inside Illustrator, you can expand it. Just go to the Object menu and choose Expand. And make sure Fill is checked, and then click OK. And because this is now vector art, the bug is not an issue, and we can confirm this is vector art by looking at it in outline view. But you can see there's a clipping mask with a lot of extra art around that. And if you were to try unmasking, ungrouping, and taking this apart, you would find it very complex inside. So to save that complexity, you can go to the Pathfinder and use Merge. And now when we look at this in outline view, it's trimmed down. And what Merge does is it merges anything that is touching and is the same color in your art. So that winds up removing a lot of the excess. So now we know how to get around the pattern tiling bug in the display of pattern fills in Illustrator. Next, let's fix it in an export. So here I'm in Save for Web. And if I go to the center of this art and zoom in, you can see that very faint line there. Now looking over to the right, we see I have Type Optimized Anti-aliasing turned on. And the fix for this is to switch to Art Optimized Anti-aliasing. So now when I go back to that area in the art, the line is gone. So it's a very simple fix. Just turn on Art Optimized when you're exporting. Now, if you're using Export As, you're going to see that option here. And if you're using Export for Screens, there's a gear icon. Click on that. And here in the dialog, choose PNG or JPEG format. And the setting will appear here. So to rid your exports of those notorious white lines, use Art Optimized Anti-aliasing. And when viewing in Illustrator, use GPU Preview. And just to give you some quick information on CPU versus GPU, Illustrator can display your artwork using either the computer's processor, that's CPU, or the graphics card, that's GPU. GPU is the default in Illustrator. It gives you smooth animated zoom, and it shows real-time previews of your art as you're drawing. It just looks and feels better. CPU Preview is the older preview in Illustrator. It doesn't offer the fancy zooming or the live preview drawing, and it can sometimes show those tiling artifacts in your pattern fills. Switching between CPU and GPU doesn't change your artwork, only how Illustrator draws it on your screen. And sometimes Illustrator will switch into CPU Preview automatically when your art is very large or complex, or when the system's running low on memory. So that's it for the tiling line bug. Now for the next culprit, transparency. In this example, we're looking for lines that are caused by using transparency in a pattern fill. And here I have two plaid pattern fills, and below each one is the vector art tile, and we can see this in outline view. In both of these, we have overlapping stripes that use transparency and blending modes, but the one on the left has a solid background, and the one on the right has no background behind the stripes. And if we zoom into the one on the right, you'll see faint lines. We're currently using GPU Preview, so we don't think this is the tiling bug, but instead it's happening on every tile edge where the transparent stripes can overlap with each other slightly. And if we look at the tile itself, there's no background shape. So if I copy this and overlap it, you can see how it gets darker where the copies overlap. And that would explain these lines. It's an ever so slight overlap between the tiles within the pattern fill. If we look at the example on the left, this tile has a solid blue background and the transparent stripes are sitting on top of that. So if I overlap these tiles, you don't see darkening where they overlap. And if we look at the resulting pattern fill, we don't see lines because there's no overlapping transparency. So if you're making a pattern in pattern editing mode that uses transparency, put a solid background behind the transparent art to prevent it from showing lines at the edges. I often tell designers to avoid using a solid background shape in pattern editing mode if you're creating a half drop, repeat, or if the layout is intricate, because a background shape can overlap the motifs and cause issues. But this is one case where a solid background could be the solution. Here's another thing you can try, flattening the transparency. So here I have a tile with transparent stripes, just like before, in a different color scheme, and it has no solid background, so it would normally show those overlap lines. But I'll option drag out a copy of it, and then I can go up to the Object menu and choose Flatten Transparency. And all these default settings in the dialog here are fine. I'll click OK. And now this art on the right looks the same as the art on the left, but there's no transparency. The stripes have been cut into individual shapes and each one is given a solid fill color. And so if I overlap these tiles, they don't darken. Now we can test the pattern out by going to Object, Pattern, Make. We'll make a new pattern fill and then save and exit. And now let's apply it to this rectangle. And there are no overlap lines. So now you know what to look out for if you're using transparency in your pattern fills. Either put solid opaque shapes behind any transparency, or you can flatten the transparency to avoid those lines. Now let's look at the third type, the lines that are caused by decimal numbers in your pixel dimensions. And this is really only an issue for patterns where you're exporting a single repeat unit, just one tile, And you might need to do this for on-demand printers like Spoonflower or Contrado, or maybe you're handing off a single repeat unit to a client as an export. So when doing this, when exporting a tile from Illustrator, you might see a tiny gap along the edge of the image. So when the tile repeats, that gap can create a visible line in your pattern. So before you export, check the artboard dimensions. They should be in whole pixels with no decimals. And if you do see a decimal number, that means Illustrator is trying to export a fraction of a pixel. And pixels can't be fractional, so Illustrator has to round the image size up or down, and that rounding can leave a tiny strip along the edge with a gap or a soft pixel, which is what creates the line when the pattern repeats. So decimal numbers happen in Illustrator, but there are a few ways that we can get rid of them, and I'm going to show you one easy method. First, we're going to switch the document unit to pixels, and to do this, we'll start by turning on the rulers for this document. Now you can right-click on the artboard and choose Show Rulers, or just use the keyboard shortcut Command or Control R. Now we've got rulers around the window, and we can go up to the ruler and right-click on it and choose Pixels from the menu. Next, we'll go over to the Tool panel and select the Artboard tool. The shortcut is Shift-O, and this enters Artboard editing mode. Now with the Artboard selected, go to the top of the screen and look for the W and H fields in the control bar. If you don't have your control bar turned on, you can find it in the Window menu. Or you can use the Properties panel on the right. And here we see a decimal number in the width of the artboard, which can cause problems. So to fix this, we're going to scale the artboard just slightly to get round pixel dimensions. First, go to the link icon and turn it off so the dimensions are not constrained, because we want to adjust them independently. Then turn on both of these buttons here in the control bar. Move Copy Artwork with Artboard. And then something new in the last year or so is Scale Artwork with Artboard. These should both be turned on. Next, go to the decimal dimension, place your cursor, and use the arrow keys on your keyboard to round the value up or down to a whole number. So I've done that for the width, and then repeat this for the other dimension if you need to. Now the artboard is in whole pixel dimensions. And what we've done really is scale the tile by a fraction of a pixel. It's such a tiny change that it doesn't affect the design, but it prevents that gap when the image exports. And one quick tip about the Scale Artwork with Artboard button. The art has to be touching the artboard for it to scale. So if you have bits and pieces outside the artboard that you want to have scaled, group them with something that is touching the artboard. Now, another tip for gap-free exports, it really helps if your artwork bleeds slightly past the edge of the artboard like we see here, rather than having it cut off right at the edge of the artboard. Just a little bit of overlap is always a good practice when preparing a pattern tile for export. Now when we export by going to File, Export, and here I'm using Save for Web because it lets us preview the whole image. You can then zoom in and check along the edges for a white pixel or a soft edge before you export. I also like to test out my exported tile in Photoshop to make sure I don't see the lines. So just open the tile image in Photoshop and then go to View and Pattern Preview. And now the tile is repeating, and you can zoom in and check for any seams. Now, if you want more information on how Illustrator handles resolution in pixels, I have a video that explains it really well, and you can find that link below the video. And later in this course, when we're working in pattern editing mode, you can prevent this problem by checking your tile dimensions directly in the pattern settings as you're creating it. When you've carefully created a mistake-free pattern, I know it's so frustrating to see those white lines pop up, but now you know the 3 most common causes: the anti-aliasing bug, transparency, and decimal pixel dimensions. To fix those things, just use Art Optimized Anti-aliasing, place solid backgrounds behind any transparent artwork, and double check that your tile size is set to whole pixel dimensions. Do that and you'll have clean, line-free repeats from Adobe Illustrator. All right, don't forget to grab that checklist below the video and give me a like and subscribe. If you want more Illustrator tips, sign up for my newsletter. The link is below the video. All right, thank you so much for watching.